some of the clients we work with, they're in biotech.
Yeah.
They are a professional service and they want to build relationships with clients. The clients that they want to build relationships with are in stealth mode. They already work at other biotechs. There's no company targeting. There's no of the traditional distribution digital methods we can to reach them. But that doesn't mean we can't serve them as relationships. Right. So that's why we start to, again, change the mindset, do different activities. Another general one we do is, just starting a live event. Again, similar podcast format, but giving that relationship touch point that people can come back to. And then over time, with the distribution component, just as you said, it's I had this live event, I had this podcast, maybe I'm at this trade show. I already have a relationship with this individual because I'm doing a relationship activity. Those conversations are much easier. How about you come on the podcast? Now I'm building that rapport. I'm cultivating that. I'm growing that. Yeah. Okay. We know with professional services too, that I built this relationship now. They may be locked in a contract for 9, 12, 18 months. Yeah. They can't even buy now if they wanted to.
Right.
So I'm going to build this relationship now. In 18 months, when they're ready to buy, they know me. We've had a good time. They're ready to talk to someone that's helped solve their pain. I'm that person. Right. So that's what we're trying to get our clients to do. And in certain business cases, especially if you're in the professional services niche, like I think this is the way to go. Like you need to build relationships at scale, then you build revenue.
I agree 100%. 100%. Another practical example, working with a client and that B2B professional services, and they were considering starting a podcast. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be a podcast, but the podcast is what was in the conversation. And, they had some conferences coming up that we had months to prepare for, to launch the podcast, kind of get a few guests under our belt, get everything smoothly. And I said, what we should do is just reach out to the executive director of the conference, who's well known, has a big network, has been in the game for a long time, have that person on. And then let's start going through the guest speaker list. So we kind of host like the pre-game show, for Monday Night Football, like the pre-game show for the concert or for the conference. And we can also have a post-game show. So after the conference is done, we can interview all the people and say, what you said on the main stage was amazing. And here's why, but tell us more. Like there's so much more that you had to share. So let's hear it. I mean, that costs pretty much $0 in advertising, and it's all relationships. So let's say you did that for this year. What's going to happen next year? Everybody's going to be listening to that. It's all about distribution. Of course, you have to get that right, but everybody's going to be listening to the pregame, and they're going to be there for you when you're recording live at the conference, and they're going to be listening to the postgame if you make it interesting. So, you can own the attention of your audience, of your more widely addressable market, pretty easily. It really can happen with not a lot of money. So I'm a big fan of this idea of like building relationships. What's cool about it too is that it takes a lot of it. Like once you understand it, it goes back to mindset, right? Once you understand how this can work and how it can completely change your organization and growth, the trajectory, it really takes the pressure off of that lead gen model. It takes the pressure off of other, performance type marketing you might be doing. And it makes it fun, which usually equals people wanting to buy from you more because they want to, they want someone that's like not as stressed and tight about the whole thing. They want someone that just feels like this is their domain and, you're going to buy from us or you're not, but we're going to have fun.